I've had the opportunity to talk to Shelton Benjamin about that incredible match you guys had on Raw. And in my opinion, the greatest Sweet Chin music of all time. Walk me through how you guys were able to set that up and make that so memorable.
Well, before we went out there, certainly wasn't something we're going to make this memorable. We just knew that Shelton was a hell of an athlete. He could do anything under the sun. We were doing everything we could to have a good match. And that was something that I'm trying to remember, and I can't say for sure it was Michael Hayes, but it was something that, and it's a finish that certainly I've thought about before, but it's such a timing issue. And, but it came up, and then of course, where we had it set, which was almost all the way across the ring, and you've got to get a long way. And of course, so you're with Shelton, so there's a part of you that knows he can do it, but you're into the match. There's so many possibilities for things to go wrong. We have athletes up and down our PC, but after they've been in a 15-minute match, you don't know that by the time they go through 15 minutes or 10 minutes, whether they're going to be able to do at the end of the match what they say they can do at the beginning. But I do remember Shelton saying, like, again, asking him, like, can you get up and, can you do the springboard stuff? Can you get all the way over this? Oh, yeah, I can get over there. I mean, it was no, of course, and of course, in your mind, you're going, well, of course, not saying you're not the athlete that can't get over there, but it's just, at that point in time, and you feel like, oh yeah. Like, I mean, I could, if he could have said I could do that, I don't know, with no sleep and half awake, that would have been what he said, because Shelton is he really is an amazing athlete, and he certainly and was even so good then. But then it's all about the timing, and it's me getting the foot up there, and all you can do is go out there and do it and hope that all of that timing is right. And that was one of those moments where everything comes together. And what's great is that it was also on top of a really fantastic match.
Such a good
You
match.
can have a finish like that, and it's still going to look spectacular, but if the build-up to it has not been overly glorious, it'll still get a reaction, but it doesn't quite mean as much. And it was such a good match to where people didn't know who was going to win, and then being able to pull it off out of the blue like that, out of something, and kind of stealing it, if you will, or a lucky last shot, was just a perfect ending to it. And I will always say this about Shelton. He was a guy that was so good, with such natural ability. The only I can remember saying to him after the match, I said, hey, just to throw this out there, but this is what I've learned over the years, is that you can have a great match, and that's always awesome when it puts you on the map. And not to imply that you're not already on the map, you certainly are, but I have found that how you follow that up is sometimes almost as important as, again, what it is you do in that match and how it ends. And I don't know if he ever remembered that, but it's one of those things where I was trying to suggest that, like, hey, you might want to see if you can lean on them to get them to maybe do something about that, or do something more with that, or have somebody, get you into another story off of that. And I don't think that ever happened. And that's one of those things that I always felt like, I don't know if, again, and it's not for me to say, because I don't know if Shelton did or didn't have the opportunity to do that. But I was always very proud of that match. And it's one that everybody remembers. I don't think I see more finishes repeated more than I do that one.
Yeah.
And he just did such a great job on that. The timing of it, he sold it like $1 million. And again, I'll say that the finish was fantastic, but I was really proud of the match that we had on top of it, because that kid could go.